2025, putting the yearly windfalls at about 3 trillion naira. Less than one out of every 100 local government areas operates a functional website. Now, why is there a need for a website? A huge sum drawn from the Federation Allocation Committee disbursements represents a significant increase in revenue for the third tier of government, which is the local government, fueled by post-subsidy removal policies and foreign exchange adjustments. Now, the absence of a digital footprint across nearly all local government areas signifies a profound lack of commitment to public accountability and the delivery of grassroots governance. Despite clear benefits, adopting digitization remains challenging as many local governments face increased skills and technology gaps, infrastructure deficits, socio-economic barriers, and governance issues. The limited number of local governments found to have active websites is often concentrated in major metropolitan areas, suggesting a correlation between economic activity and digital maturity. Now, you cannot access some local government websites to ask questions as to how much was received by this local government, how much was utilized, how much was spent, and how much is still remaining. There is a stark contrast actually to the supposed modernization in governance and what is currently realistically at play. And what is realistically at play? Most local governments do not have any way through which you can monitor what comes to them. Right now, people only call on the presidency and possibly sometimes on the state government. There is no activity on websites of local government. There is nothing for you to put your hands on to say, this is what a particular local government is doing in a particular state. This is how much they received from the federal government, and this is how much they have disbursed, or this is how much they're using for whatever projects within their local councils. All we know is that local government chairmen receive monthly allocation from the federation account, and we don't know anything about the monies, what the monies are used for. You go to some communities, the roads are dilapidated, there is no access to proper healthcare, the medical center there is in a frustrating manner. Some local councils, the staff working there are not paid. You also see a moribund system operating in the local government. Up till now, they still do paper filing. So when you go to the local government for any form of research, everything is still on brown paper filing, paper and biro. You even see some shelves, the papers have already been eaten through by rodents. And you ask yourself, if we say we are adopting modernization and digitization, which is basically what this administration has actually said they've made profit on, why are we not saying that in critical sectors like the local government? What exactly is the problem, and why is nobody asking questions? It's a very, very important situation for us to look into and for us to also discuss this evening on the Evening Rush. Why is governance lacking at the local government? Why are we not running an all-inclusive government? Why are we not running a government that should be held accountable? And why are salient questions not asked? Is it deliberate for local government members to hide themselves so they cannot respond to questions? And every time we keep on calling on the president to respond to critical issues, across the federation, specifically issues that has to do with fundamental welfare or fundamental access to welfare. Now, beyond that, a particular senator is actually calling out Nigerians by saying that it is not their responsibility to do anything concerning community projects. A particular lawmaker is saying, leave us out of it. Our responsibility as lawmakers is to pass laws and make laws. It is not our jobs to always do any form of community project. That the reason is because most people call them and ask questions about community projects, and it leads them to stealing or doing what they're not supposed to do. This member representing Buari Amak Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Obi Kachinedu, has called for the scrapping of constituency projects, describing them as a major distraction from the lawmakers' constitutional responsibilities. He is a Labour Party lawmaker. He lamented that legislators have been forced to play executive roles at the expense of lawmaking and oversight. He says the greatest harm that has been done to the legislative arm of government is the fact that they are now held responsible to perform the jurisdiction or the duties of what the executive is supposed to do, and that it is not their responsibility at all. He said community projects are not our business. We should only go out to supervise those whose job it is. Legislators have been turned into executives. The lawmaker decried the public misconception about the role of lawmakers, saying many Nigerians now hold members of the National Assembly responsible for responsibilities that belong to the executive arm of government. If that is the case, if lawmakers are not meant to perform any form of constitutional role, why are they giving constitutional project monies of 2 billion naira and 1 billion naira respectively respectively, or 3 billion naira and 2 billion naira respectively for constitutional projects. If it is not their responsibility to do all of that, why are lawmakers given that amount of money to represent interests within the constituency they actually are jurisprudent over? If you are in charge of a particular constituent and you're just a lawmaker, it means that as a lawmaker to pass bills, you're just supposed to take your salary, right? You're not meant to be given huge amounts of money to perform some roles within your constituents. So if that is the case, is it possible for you to return the money that you're given monthly for constituency projects and just collect your monthly salary as a lawmaker to just be there to pass laws? Are you not there to represent the interests of your people, the concerns of your people, the cry of your people, and pass bills in regards to that? These are the questions we're going to be asking today. And my analyst this evening, which obviously is Barrister Darlington Agumore, will be responding to these questions. Barrister Darlington, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm okay, Esther. You too?
How are you, sir? Are you tired?
For what?
Oh, you cannot be tired.
I never even start.
You never start. Barrister Darlington, I'm pitying you. You've been here since morning, so you're fully charged. You've taken Centrum.
Everything.
You've taken Do you know the power of Centrum, Barrister Darlington?
I know the power of enhancement.
What's the power of enhancement? So right now you're not enhanced.
Since you know the other one, you should know this one too.
Barrister Darlington, good evening and thank you for joining us today.
Yes, I'm fine. How was the weekend?
Well, I was here on Sunday, so I only had Saturday off. I wish I had more than Saturday off. Then I would have been able to appropriately respond to your questions about how my weekend was.
I can get it. But you and Nemo, network did not allow you people.
Yes, the network was very poor. I think throughout last week we were experiencing that kind of terrible network, and I don't know what will be done about it. I think telcos need to tell us precisely what they're doing about it. It's not a funny situation.
After the increment too.
Exactly, especially in cold tariff. So, Barrister Darlington, I'll be asking you some questions. I still have a couple of topics to read out. Kenneth Okonkwo, the national officer, or will I say politician, he's no longer a member of the Labour Party, has claimed that the APC is using intimidation tactics to disrupt opposition activities ahead of the 2027 general elections. In fact, he said there is fire in the ADC. He said the ADC has faced repeated attacks while holding meetings across several states. ADC is on fire. The only thing is that we have an APC that is using every method to intimidate and scatter the plans of the opposition. Now, there are talks that the opposition should stop complaining that the APC is the one responsible for whatever internal wranglings they are going through. There are also talks that Jonathan may have stepped down his ambition to run in 2027, which gives room for Peter Obi to emerge. But right now, the political party for Peter Obi to actually disclose has not really been reeled out. The ADC, we do know active actors there. One of them is Atiku Abubakar. The Labour Party, as it stands, we really don't know exactly what is going on. There is no identifiable leadership in the Labour Party, but Peter Obi insists he's in the Labour Party. However, while this month comes up for us to hear what political party Peter Obi will be running with, because even those the ADC do not know precisely what political party he's running, well, he continues to get the gavel from all fronts. For example, when Peter Obi spoke recently, when he was trying to address corruption and the fact about these boys are getting to cyber crimes, I don't know if his words were taken out of context. He literally said that these boys who get into this kind of crimes are actually geniuses. They should be properly utilized. They should be properly harnessed. They're very talented, and it's because of the corruption in the society that has made such geniuses get into activities of such. But I think the conversation was twisted, and he has been getting a lot of brickbats from the APC and other political parties by saying that at this point in time he seems to be confused and doesn't even know what he's talking about. While is he encouraging cybercrime and Yahoo activities by young boys? Kenneth Okonkwo coming out to disclose the internal imbroglio within the ADC begs the question: the ADC that has not really kicked off is already having issues. Are we going to see a dilapidation like what is currently going on within the People's Democratic Party? The PDP, we're hearing that some senators are intending to defect, about 20 of them. They're saying if the issue is not resolved as soon as possible, they'll be defecting. The governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang, has said that he's under pressure to leave the People's Democratic Party to the APC. Right now, the PDP is in a doldrum, very close to when they're supposed to have their Convention that a lot of anomalies are meant to be dispersed. But as it stands, we don't know if there will be very viable members in the PDP before the National Convention is coming up. It obviously feels like the PDP is completely being flawed and that members are living in their droves. We don't really know what the future of the PDP is. Seems like they are hanging on a very tiny thread of existence. Ladies and gentlemen, a new INEC chairman, Professor Amopito, has actually told us that no politician under his watch will be able to rig elections. The Anambra governorship election is coming up in November. That is going to be one yardstick to possibly criticize how INEC's conduct with Amopito would go. A couple of people think that Anambra election is too small to determine the authenticity and proficiency of Amopito, but he has promised that there will be no rigging under his watch. It will be transparent, as clear as possible. Well, this is how Nigerians are gearing ahead of 2027. Barrister Darlington Agomore, I don't know if you heard my reaction or my intro concerning local governments. Out of the 767 local governments, you only have about 7 of them having websites that you can even monitor or track some activities. Out of that, most local governments, more than 600 of them, do not have any active websites. Local governments receive monthly allocation every month, and there is no way to track how much they use, how much was spent, how much is remaining, what it was utilized for. And every time we keep calling on the executive as to their inadequacy or redundancy in adhering to the welfare of Nigerians. What's your reaction to this, sir?
Esther, the issue of the local government has not been settled. You and I know that. Ever since the Supreme Court ruled on this matter, there is no clear-cut direction as to where they are going. You cannot give what you don't have. The governors are still at loggerhead with the executive over this matter, with the presidency over this matter. The allocation is still going to the states because the constitution has not been tinkered with. So on what basis will you not blame them? Can they give what they don't have? It's not possible.
Earlier this year, Barrister Darlington, the Central Bank of Nigeria asked local governments to open accounts to enable direct disbursement of federal allocations following a Supreme Court ruling that guaranteed or granted local governments financial autonomy. And this process allows local governments to receive funds directly from the Federation account, bypassing state governments and ending previous practices of fund deduction. But however, for the condition given by the CBN for fund disbursements, many local councils wouldn't have opened an account, signaling years of dependence on their state for necessities. So are you saying that based on the Supreme Court ruling, it has not yet been activated, that monies are still going to the state governors through which they now give the local governments what they want to give them?
Of course.
Okay, regardless of that, what stops them from opening a website, telling us how much the state governors have given to them for whatever activity? Put at that sense of transparency and accountability. There's no excuse for them not having any form of tracking.
Look, can they fund the website?
What do you mean, can they fund the website?
Can they fund it if they don't have any money?
What do you mean if they don't have any money? If you say that the state governors give the local government, they just conducted local government elections across most of the wards and local government. So you want to tell me for the past 2 months they've not been getting monies, or even way back they've not been getting any form of allocation, that they could not set up a website?
Any local government chairman that disagree with the state governor, the next day he's out of that office.
Barrister, for now, the local governments, the local government chairmen are there. My question is, even if they're not getting direct disbursements from the CBN, they're getting money from the state governors. What stops them from telling us this is how much we have received and this is what we are doing with the monies given to us? What is there for accountability? What is there to do that?
Esther, what are they going to account for? Who gave them the money? Were you the one? No, tell me, have you seen any of them collect any money? You want them to expose their governors?
What do you mean that there is what they call JAC? Joint account collection something. It's called JAC. they every month they hold this JAC meeting where whatever monies that the state government wants to give to the local government chairman, they convert somewhere. They give them that money cash. I don't know if they still do it in cash or if they do transfer.
Even in the constitution.
Because very much was part of local government activities way back in 2011, 2012. And you could tell every month they go for Jack. In that Jack, all of them come out with Ghana Must Goes, huge amounts of money, Ghana Must Goes that are given to them from the state government. I don't know if that is what is still being practiced or they have devolved another means of giving money to the local government chairman. But my question, with all that amount of money, they cannot open any website. We cannot track any activity they're doing. There is no form of digital print to track any form of monies given to them. These are taxpayers' monies.
That money is mostly for salary. Esther.
Salaries at Ghana Must Go.
How much is there?
Barrister Darlington.
How much is in that Jack?
So how much is the local government chairman supposed to collect?
Look, joint allocation committee, when they go there, it's just to collect the stipends that the governors is ready to give out to them.
Ghana Must Go money is a stipend.
Which you Ghana? When you
Barrister
say
Darlington.
do you know whether it is 1,000 naira or 500 that is there?
Barrister Darlington is not 1,000 or 500 naira that is there. The money is plenty.
Leave that thing. What is plenty? When you see money inside the Ghana Must Go,
Barrister Darlington.
Can you collect billions in a Ghana Must Go? Esther, can you hold on? Can you collect billions of naira in a Ghana Must Go? Can you?
Barrister Darlington.
It's not possible.
Okay, so how much can fool a particular Ghana Must Go?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know, and I don't think they collect it as you said. No government collects money in such a way. There must be an account. There must be an account. You don't carry money in Ghana Must Go these days.
You don't be so shocked.
The money will be missing on the road.
It will not be missing.
Esther, the money will be missing on the road. Some bad boys will time them when they are coming with the money and collect it from them. So they don't do that. They don't do that. They don't carry Ghana Must Go bag of money these days. It's not possible. No government can do that. And like I said, until the constitution is amended, this money will be how it used to be. The states are in control of this money. It is whatever they give the local government chairman that they are going to hold on to. They don't have a direct allocation. Forget about what they are telling you. It can never happen. That's the truth. So don't judge them.
I disagree with your response to this question.
I approve me wrong.
Unless you haven't kind of witnessed how it works.
How does it work?
At the grassroots.
How does it
when
work?
It comes every month for collection of allocation.
They collect salaries, Esther. Leave that.
They collect salaries in Ghana Must Go.
That is why nothing is done in the local government.
Barrister Darlington, hold on. They collect salaries in Ghana Must Go. Are you saying that the salaries in Ghana Must Go is for the local government chairman and all the councillors at the local council? So is that the money? I just want to understand.
So where do they make their own money?
No, I want to understand when you say that they get just salaries, that those are stipends. So you're telling us that all for a very long time, local governments are just being paid salaries and they're not giving any money to form any constituency, any local government project, nothing. Is that what you're telling me?
Esther, until the constitution is amended, it remains so.
Until the constitution is amended.
As a matter of fact, what you people are trying to do can never work.
What are we trying to do?
In a federation, it is only the state and the federation that the federal government that is recognized in a federation. All this one you are talking about local government autonomy, it can never happen. No, it's on paper. In reality, it can never happen. Quote me. That's the truth.
So how do the people then get direct administration and feel the effect of governance if there is no financial burning point, no financial spine for the local governments to do what they're supposed to do? How can the state government be able to adjudicate and do what they're supposed to do at every aspect of governance at the grassroots?
Esther, it will remain as it is.
So what is now the essence of local government?
The state will supervise whatever they are doing.
Supervise at what level?
Because listen very well, the governors are so jealous. They wouldn't want the state local government chairman to outshine them. So whatever project they are going to, the state will monitor it. That's why when they even want to be ambitious, they will ask them, where will you get the fund? That is not your forte. Don't go there. Because the chairman cannot carry out any project without a state support. Where would the money come from? The money you are getting is money for just impress account and salary.
Impress account and salary.
And salary, yes, that's what they are getting.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's what
I'm going to do something very soon. I'm going to call Barrister Darlington. Let's move on to one of the lawmakers saying that it is not their responsibility to conduct any form of constituency projects. Their job is just to pass laws, and it's the role of the executive that should constitute projects in communities that that should be scrapped. Is no longer their responsibility to do that. That it makes some of these lawmakers hide from their constituents because most times their constituents comes to meet them and demand for responsibilities from them that is not their roles to perform, but the roles of the executive. If that's the case, then why are they receiving 2 billion, 1 billion, or 3 billion naira for constituency projects if it's not their responsibility?
Good. You see, Esther, when this thing started, some of us, I've told you, even this security vote you are talking about, all this money, they are not even constitutional. You be making demand from the governor. Why are they collecting security vote? The security vote, is it for the governor to pay the police or the army? It's not their responsibility. This money are just money for the boys. That is what it is. It is not constitutional. This is a constituency allowance. I remember I've cried out so many times about this. It was Obasanjo that started it. When he wanted a third term, he was trying to placate the lawmakers. He used it to bribe them. And now they have become a tradition in Nigeria. Every president that comes, he will follow that trajectory so that the National Assembly members will be on the same page with him. You can imagine. They have even raised the bar now. It's now 2 billion, 1 billion. 2 billion, 1 billion. And so, where is it in our constitution? It's like this local government you are telling me now. You can't hold them accountable because that money is not supposed to be accounted for. It's not. You gave it to them. You have Minister of Works who's supposed to sue to project all over the country. What is he doing? If you are now giving it to lawmakers, it's not their responsibility. That money is for the boys. And we started this evil tradition. Look at how much we have spent on this particular this thing. Apart from the salary they are collecting, they are still collecting this constituency allowance. And nobody is asking question. Nobody is asking question. The other one is using his own to acquire women. And he told you that he pity those who have only one wife. I think I will look at that statement closely.
That's Ned Nwoko.
So if you have one wife, you are in trouble.
So you want to have more than one wife now?
In fact,
your own wife is not satisfactory now.
You see, all the prophets are not in the Bible. They had a true trio, and God did not punish them for having three wives.
So that's your own pick of interest.
Esther, what is wrong there?
What is wrong there?
We are helping their ministry.
You are helping whose ministry?
The women ministry. I learned there are many. You want them to be roaming about.
So you would actually endorse it.
What is wrong there?
There is nothing wrong in it.
If God has given us the weapon of...
do you have the financial capacity to handle such?
Are you telling me? In fact, God gave us the raw material. It's not for go and produce with it.
Very Darlington. Let's swerve back to the conversation.
Okay, go ahead. Ned Nwoko, you are trying so much.
He's trying so much. In what regard? For saying that. For saying what he said.
Yes. But I mean, it's not better. It's not better. You are helping the women folk.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
So what I'm saying in essence that, Esther, don't look for something that is not lost. All this money that you people are saying accountability, let the head start it. Esther, imagine what will happen today if at the federal level things are working. The state and the local, in fact, they will fall in line. They wouldn't want to be caught napping. They will say, I don't want trouble. That is the truth. So when the head is promoting this corruption by giving unsolicited funds to lawmakers, what are you thinking? What do you expect? What do you expect, Esther? The huge amount is with them there at the top, and you are blaming a local government chairman who don't have any say. Does he even have a authority of his own? He doesn't. So when you want to blame, take it to where it should be. If the federal government is doing well, every other person will fall in line, Esther. That is the truth. Remember when Idiabo and Buhari came as military head of state?
So Barrister, I want to ask again, if salaries are just paid to local governments, the local government chairman, the councillors, What are the local why is that component existing if there is no function, if there is no finance for them to carry out their primary function?
Good. There is a role for them.
What is the role?
That role is not as prominent as you want to promote it.
Is not as prominent.
They are not supposed to be sharing space with state governors. That's the truth. Because in the federation, it is only the state and the federation that is recognized. There's no other way to describe it. That's the truth. These ones are just like appendages of the states. They tell them what to do. They use them to reach the grassroots. That's all. But to have autonomy, with autonomy, with autonomy, you want to create a state out of a state. It cannot work.
But barrister, it doesn't stop the local governments from having. Only very few local governments have website to track their money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very few.
I know. Yes,
and about 7 or 8 of them.
And it's deliberate. It's deliberate. What are you going to track? Since they are not getting the fund, what are you tracking? Esther, what are you tracking? Is it not when you have something that you give? What are you going to track? There's nothing there to track. Even those who are collecting the money, do you track them? Is their website, is it functioning? I mean, those who are collecting the huge amount of money, they wouldn't want you to see what is going on there. They won't
why?
Want
Why?
Esther,
the president has said his administration is inclusive, transparent, and accountable. So why can that not transmit to other segments of administration in the country?
Esther, you will not be a good politician.
But why do you say that?
One of the credentials of a politician is lies. Your capacity, I've told you here several. You think I'm lying? Your capacity to tell lies, your capacity to be violent, your capacity to be corrupt. If you don't have it, don't enter politics, especially Nigerian politics.
So you say that all politicians in Nigeria,
tell me any of them that did not chop our money,
including your faith, Peter Obi. Then
wait.
Now if that's your classification right now, it tells you that it doesn't extricate him, it doesn't exclude him. For you to want to be part of the political system,
listen,
and as you describe that, you must be able to tell lies, you must be able to be deceptive. That's what it is.
Peter Obi have told you that he is not a saint. He told you that.
So that means he also has an element of the things that you said.
It is the level. Esther, if you come into office and you met 10 naira in the treasury, abi, out of that 10 naira, you take 2 naira to to keep something in your pocket for this one and this other things. Then you use 8 naira to work. Won't you show that, yes, this man is working? But when you come into office, you collect and you make 10 naira and you collect a whole 8 naira. Esther, please, is that not greediness? What will you do with 2 naira? That is the difference here. And that is where Peter Obi was coming from. Yes, there's no way something will not happen, but it is the level. You have conscience now. When you steal that money, today say that there is no money to even work. It is out of greediness. Some people don't care. As long as the government money, they don't care. All they want to do is to chop their own and they leave office, leave whatever for the next person to come. As it's going, Esther, the 210 trillion naira we are looking for today from NNPC, is it not how they're holding it? Mm-hmm. Have you seen that money on the road where the thing is just lying? Somebody dump it there. Somebody with that money. And out of that money, an individual must have collected the 50 trillion naira for his own in this country. Out of that kind of money, an individual can be holding up to 50 trillion naira as I talk to you today, because they say it is a term of 10 years. And who have been in office for the past 10 years, Esther? Who? Which party have been in office for the past 10 years? So you cannot see, you cannot trace the money. You can trace it, the kind of people that are holding it. Somebody must be as rich as 50 trillion naira now in Nigeria with that kind of money missing. The NNPC have not denied it. They didn't say that, no, there's no such thing. No. They only said that the money was misplaced. Misplaced in whose pocket? When you misplace money, it must be in a pocket. So whose pocket is it? Is it my own? That is what I'm telling you here. So it's all about what you can grab in Nigeria. That's why they don't want all this regional autonomy. Because if you have a region that is autonomous, Esther, can you collect that kind of money from a region? Can you see that kind of? You can't do it. That region will collapse. You can't see such an amount of money. So every time they are looking for Abuja, they are looking, because that is where the thing is. You can see that kind of money at the federal level. Nobody will even bother. It's like a peanut. But when you go regional, every region will manage their own to the extent that you don't have the opportunity to see that kind of money. Yes, you can't. That was why the region developed in the First Republic. The leader they didn't have the opportunity to see that kind of money, because every money is captured for projects, and they are competing. When they see what one region have done, the other one will copy it immediately. So you don't have the opportunity to see money that you can go and lavish somewhere and all that. But at the federal level there in Abuja, anything happens, nobody queries anybody. The president have so much power. You can't even call him to say, what this money, where is it? Okay, as the Minister of Petroleum, have anybody called him to come and spend this money? They won't call him. But that is his office. You can see. That's his office. Whereas in the region, you can't dare. You dare not. That day you took that money away, it will show. It will show that something is missing somewhere. But in a federation, nobody cares. So that's the difference. So whenever they tell you that this thing cannot work, go and check. It's because they are benefiting from that system.
Well, Barrister Darlington, with the security shake-up in the polity that the president recently did, he met with the new security chiefs today. Terrorists are demanding 15 million naira levy from Tambuwal's constituents. They are threatening fresh attacks. The residents of Bazaar community and surrounding villages in the Yabo local government area of Sokoto state, they have raised an alarm over a 15 million naira levy allegedly imposed on them by suspected armed terrorists. The communities are under the Sokoto South Senatorial District and are currently represented by the former governor of the state, Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal. Some of the community members said the terrorists had warned that failure to pay the ransom could lead to a series of violent attacks on the communities. In fact, one of the residents, whose name is Dawuda Umar, confirmed the development in an interview with correspondents. He described the situation as dire and in need of the government's attention. That's not the only thing. Very recently, Dele Faritimi actually reacted to extension of amnesty to these supposed repentant terrorists for foreign education. That's something that has been considered to be quite worrisome, and it's troubling. We've seen recently how some peace efforts have been negotiated with these individuals with their arms and weapons, and we have not seen them categorically taken. However, immediately the shake-up of the security architecture was announced by the president, we saw some overhauling. The military were able to do some things. We saw the attack on some communities and how they were able to rout out this terrorists. Do we say that it's too early? We should expect more onslaught of the military on these guys, and now that they are being brazen and the president has done his reshuffle, that we should see commendable efforts from our security men in handling the crisis of terrorism in the country.
Esther, before I answer this question, there's something I want to point out, and it has to do with the new ANEC chairman. What happened in Lagos and now is going on in Anambra, I was thinking he will address it. Are you getting it?
What happened in Lagos?
Now, in Lagos, they were inducing people with money that if any local government should register more voters, they will be giving 20 million naira. When it happened here, did anybody talk? I was expecting INEC chairman to say something.
The INEC chairman has said that there will be no inducement and there will be no malpractice under his watch, and no politician can rig elections under his watch.
Esther, they have started with talks.
That's what he said.
I said they have started with talk. Whenever they say something without action, forget it. The former INEC chairman, he said more than this. Is that not true? Did he carry out any of it? Even where at the polling units, money was exchanging hands with pictures and everything showing all over the place. The police was even there helping them. Remember when they told the man to bring these people who committed these electoral infractions? Did he bring them? Esther, did he bring them until he left office? So you can see it's the same thing. What they tell you is not what they are doing. It's not. They can't even do it. because of what? Sentiment. So the new INEC chairman, you have a duty with this Anambra election. You have a duty to make that election free and fair. And let me see how APC will take Anambra with what Soludo have done there. It will be impossible.
All right.
Now, having said that,
okay.
the terrorists in Sokoto that is warning them, Esther, is this the first time? Please, are we not tired of discussing this in Esther? Tell me any day we don't talk about these terrorists and what they are doing in Nigeria. Eh? What solution have we not applied? What appeasement have we not done to placate them? Esther, they are getting worse by the day. Look at how they threaten a whole state. And they are going to carry it out if Tambuwal did not give them that 15 million naira.
No, the community members are meant to contribute a levy.
The state government will pay, because when they attack one community, it will bring a collateral damage. That's the truth. When they come, do they know who is who? They don't know now. It may affect those who was not intended to, and so the problem will not escalate. When they finish Sokoto, they get to the next state beside them. Routinely, and these are the people that said we are brought to kinetic whatever. The military, even one of them said we should go and learn karat. Esther, a military chief said we should go and learn karat on how to defend ourselves with somebody with AK-47. Before you raise one leg, he never shoot you. You go and learn karat. There is nothing this. The other one that left, he said we should go into prayer. Military chiefs. And so when they dispose 500 of them, it is because they are not useful to us. If these generals are useful, Esther, we will not be having this problem up to today. It is an insult that military general, we have produced 500 of them, yet they couldn't solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. If it is the executive that is go and tell them. Tell the whole world that look, it is this particular administration. This is what the president is supposed to do that I have not done. They are the problem, so that we'll stop blaming you. How can you expect me now to blame the executive when you have not done the needful? Are you not the one selling arms to these terrorists? Esther, these people are getting bold. In fact, by the day, they are getting bold. The way they talk, the way they act, the way they be. I ask myself, do we have a government? At least you should have some modicum of respect for the government. But these guys, they don't care. They don't care. They don't talk anyhow and tell you this is what we want.
So the attitude of this terrorist shows that somehow there's some kind of immunity, and maybe that was what necessitated the reshuffle of the president's security cabinet. There are serious high expectations on the new service chiefs, and it is believed that they would operate intelligibly and strategically to annihilate this element of darkness bedeviling the nation and creating an economic downwind. Barrister Darlington, beyond this particular scenario, let's look at a situation concerning the demolition at Oworonshike over the night. From Sunday thereabout up till today, we saw policemen stationed there. They're there to ensure that nobody comes out to protest or disrupt commercial activities. Now, the residents complained that they came in the middle of the night to demolish their properties. The Oba of the area said that he wasn't aware that they were going to come to what they did, and that especially the first time they came around, some of the residents said their compensation is not yet complete, and even the compensation, some persons received about 70 or 75,000 naira. So to prevent these individuals from protesting, the police were there in their numbers to ensure that they do not come out. So the question is, you don't want anyone to protest, you don't want anyone to complain, and people are really trying to survive and things are being difficult. If indeed there was a court order, because according to Mr. Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, he said that there is no court order that authenticates or authorizes the demolition of those properties at Oworonshike. In other words, the police or those who went out to demolish went against the court order. So do we have a dispensation that doesn't necessarily obey court order? They look at court orders after they've done initially what they want to do. How do you look at the scenario?
Esther, whenever things like this happen, go and check. A higher authority is involved. That's the truth. Most of this thing that's going on today, someone may not even be aware.
He may not be aware.
I am telling you.
So are you telling me the security presence there was not authenticated, authorized by the state government?
Can he command the police?
So you're telling me it's coming from Abuja?
No. Can Sanwo-Olu command the police to tell them what to do and what not to do?
What do you mean by that statement, sir?
No, what I mean is what I mean. The state governor has no authority over the police.
So
now.
the police are federal government.
Yes, somebody deployed them. So you had when something happened at Festac, and the state government came and said, "Look, we don't know who did it and all that. It's not from us." Most of this, if you check, it is always from the federal, because after the court ruling by Bola Ige concerning littoral states and all the land that is contiguous to the sea and all that belongs to the federal government, you can see how these people, because those people is the shoreline of that Oroshoki. I hope you know. So who else will be claiming ownership of that place? Who else? The court have even said, no, don't go there, don't demolish it until we finish the matter before us. Yet they went in without a reference to a court order. Most times it is the federal government that will be so arrogant and so uncaring to do these things. It's the federal government. Because I don't see why a state governor should disobey court in such a manner. Anywhere these things are happening, go and check.
If you're saying that this authorization, the governor of the state is not aware of it, let's isolate him from it. It's coming from the federal government. According to your analysis or explanation right now, that there is a possibility that he is not aware, because I'm shocked that something of that magnitude, that the governor who presides over the affairs of the state will not be aware of such a situation.
Esther.
The first time it happened, they protested on Third Mainland Bridge. They also went to allow the state secretariat to also lay their complaints about what happened, and they were told they would look into it. It's barely a month after they went to allow to make their complaints, and another demolition has taken place. We don't want to attach any form of whatever sentiment to it, but the thing is, if there is a court order where those people served on time, they came in the middle of the night when they were asleep to carry out the demolition process. That's one too. If there was no court order, based on what Senior Advocate of Nigeria said, Mr. Femi Falana, that based on what happened the first time, they were asked not to go about any form of demolition for now. Why did they contravene court order? And who is that authority that would dare contravene the court order and go ahead with the demolition? No consequences expected.
When it happened in Festac, the state governor, did he not deny that they don't know anything about it? Is that not what they said? I am talking with the facts available to me. They said they are not the one. So after the state government, is it not the federal government? Who else will have the authority to do that, especially when these things are under federal government facility?
When policemen are given an order, do they question the order, especially if it's related or is in consignment with the law, if it correlates with the law?
No, you cannot.
Because sometimes the way these things are carried out, it feels like the law enforcers are confused about the implementation of the law. Okay.
They cannot carry out an order given to them by somebody who is not supposed to give them order. They cannot. No CP, because his job.
Do you know sometimes when they come out to carry out this process, either to apprehend, arrest, ask questions, they don't come with any warrant? Do you know that? They don't come with any warrant. And then they don't even read you your rights. And just because a couple of Nigerians are ignorant of the law, and even if you are knowledgeable of the law, they don't care. You, at that point in time, you are literally an article or something that is insignificant. And because they have the uniform and they have the weapon, whatever they say at that time is law, even if whatever they're doing is contrary to the law. So who questions these enforcers if they seem to run contrary to the law that they are meant to represent?
As long as the order was given to them by their authorities, they don't need to question it. Do you know that they would rather obey the IGP than to obey the governor? Are you aware? There are things the governor will want to do now. He can't do it because no police will listen to him until they get order from IGP. That's the truth. So what are you saying? They cannot be acting on the order of the state governor. Remember that Sanwo-Olu is being cautious now in what he do in Lagos State. Are you aware?
What is he being conscious about when his tenure is rounding off?
I mean, before he runs up, Bunko, you can be impeached in 1 month you are leaving office. You can be impeached. Go and ask somebody. Ever since they told him that your sins are forgiven, do you want him to commit another sin? Or were you not
painting the governor of the state as somebody who is inept?
No, I'm not saying so. I'm saying that he's being to be cautious is not to be fearful now.
Really?
Okay. So why? If somebody can come out the way and tell him that, look, your sins are forgiven, that means you are not expected to commit another sin. And the man is in his second and last term. So why can't he finish it peacefully and leave? You want him to offend them again, and they'll come and tell him, so you didn't listen the first time, Abi? And then they will tell Obasa to start something. No, they will tell Obasa to start something. Already they are not in good terms. Look, you don't know what is going on in Lagos State. You don't know. Seriously, you don't. You don't. Sanwo-Olu cannot go anything against the law now to avoid another scandal or problem. Whatever anybody is doing, don't bring him in.
All right.
Because he don't have any special interest on those lands. He's not going to claim it.
Very quickly, during the World News at 6, I and Choma, we spoke with Barrister Fred Nzako. And again, this is a national issue because it happened today. Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court and he decided not to continue anymore with any form of witness account. According to him, he abandoned his earlier plan to call witnesses in his ongoing trial before the Federal High Court. We do know that he's been prosecuted on 7 counts of terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. Now, on Friday, he prayed the court for an adjournment after informing the trial judge, Justice James Omotosho, that his former legal team, led by a former Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. and Minister of Justice, Chief Kanu Agabi, is yet to release his case file to him. And he expressed his readiness earlier to open his defense. So it took everyone as a shock when he got to court today and said that he has no case to submit to, that the court doesn't even have any means at which to try him. So for that, he's not presenting any witnesses. Legal practitioners have decided to look into this matter from all fronts. For Barrister Fred Nzako, he says the judge is confused. People are even scared. I heard that with the dramatic turn of events today in court, there was palpable tension when he made the announcement he made. Nnamdi Kanu also called out the journalists, the news agency of Nigeria, that where are they, and said that justice comes from God. That was critically basically what he says, that God is a God of justice. Where is the news agency of Nigeria? Why are they not here to cover the real event of things? What happened between Friday and Monday that Nnamdi Kanu decided to no longer present his witnesses? Could it be that the summon did not get to them? Because Nyesom Wike said he will appear in court. If he is asked to appear in court, if he gets the summon, could it also be that between Friday and now, somebody spoke to him and told him not to go ahead with that? And what risk does this portend for his case as it stands? Because they want to accelerate the trial. It's been shifted to 4th, 5th and 6th of November for it to be wrapped up.
Esther, this matter is becoming confusing. No, seriously.
You're also confused.
I mean, what do you expect me to say?
Barrister Fred Nzako thinks that there could be something wrong psychologically.
No, there is something wrong somewhere that somebody is not telling us. Now, look at it this way. You ask your witnesses to come, or you said you want to present some witnesses. All of a sudden, you turn the 360 degrees and say, no, you have looked at your file and you didn't see any charge there. God Almighty. Is it possible, Esther? There must be something they are holding on to you now.
But he sounded very confident today.
No, the way he was saying it is like, I don't see why they should bring you before the court if there is not a charge. And you said that you didn't see any charge based on what the prosecution have said. I was thinking you would have brought these witnesses and let us hear how we... Did I not tell you that I want to see how Kanu will examine his witnesses? I mean, it will be so funny. I wanted to see. You know, we learn every day.
Listen to this, Barrister.
I don't know what law is. You don't know what justice is. Where's the news agencies of Nigeria? What are they?
Yeah.
You don't know that God is a God of justice? You don't know that? That God in heaven is a God of justice. You don't know that?
So my question to Barrister Darlington is, this man, with the confidence as he sounds and speaks, does he sound to you like something is affecting him mentally in whatever way? Because when I asked Barrister Fred Nzako, I said, okay, this could be another leaning to it, where if you think somebody is not mentally okay to continue with the case, there could be another way through which your case will be filed, to the court to look into it. But he seems to be okay, mentally intact. All his senses are acute, very good. Also confident when he was speaking with those around him. And he said that God is a God of justice. He was with his case file and a couple of other documents in his hand. So he sounded very confident in the decision that he made. So my question is, for somebody who met with his lawyers on Thursday, after meeting up with his lawyers, ruled out all the witnesses that were meant to attend, who are compelled to attend, the judge actually approved of the summoning, told the court to start filing summon process to all these key witnesses to come to court for him. They told him his days are already counting. They're not going to extend anything beyond 6 days. He was to appear in court to open his defense with one of the witnesses, and all of a sudden it's a backtrack. That's why I asked you, during the weekend, do you think any of his lawyers, because I think Maxwell Okpara said he went to meet up with Nnamdi Kanu during the weekend, do you think he was advised against it, or is there another angle coming? The judge today, when he made that statement, told him that does he understand what he just did? That he needs an advice from somebody who understands criminal law for this statement he has made today. They asked him about that, and because of that, that case was adjourned. So what do you think is a possible scenario in legal terms that could have changed his mind between Friday and Monday? That's one question. Number two, Barrister Darlington, what does it pretend? If Nnamdi Kanu is saying he is not going to cross-examine any witness, the court will have to depend on the evidence presented by the prosecuting counsel, and there's a possibility that conclusions will be made from there. So what does that pretend for his case?
Esther, you see, I want to say something here, but I'm finding it difficult to say it because of, when some of us talk, all those people out there, they'll be waiting for you to lay ambush.
But we're educating ourselves.
Yes,
I think that's the capacity you're falling here.
Listen very well. Listen, when this thing happened the first time, what did I say? Did I say that this type of thing is unknown in law? That Nnamdi Kanu, I want to see how he will do this. Did I not say so? Today, what happened? Because I know it's not possible. It cannot happen. I know. That is why he turned full circle. Go and check somewhere. I think something is wrong, Esther. Something is wrong. See, I don't want to be too forward about it. Right now, I feel that this young man needs help. Serious help. Because he should not jeopardize his case. He should not. A good lawyer, he needed a good lawyer now to handle this case. And he already have one. Why did he discard them?
We heard that they could have been threatened for one thing or the other.
Nobody threatened anybody else.
Omoyele lawyer told us on Friday that something is untoward.
Should he be the one to tell you? Is the Showore's lawyer part of Kanu's lawyer?
They've been around each other for quite a while, planning the protest. Esther, you don't believe it?
There is no lawyer worth his own news that will bank on the threat or whatever. Is it not a lawyer that quashed the 15-count charge against him at the appeal court? Esther, is it not a lawyer? Is he not alive? Why didn't he say that somebody threatened him and all that? The government can only deal with the judges whom they are paying, not the private lawyer who is doing his professional duty. You don't have any. You can't threaten him not to
Barrister
do what.
Darlington, there is a huge distrust between the people and the government. There is also either a misapplication or non-application of law when it comes to certain cases that justice is meant to be adapted to or justice is meant to be handed down on. At this point in time, every Nigerian will say, I just don't want to have any legal case. I don't want to have any issues at all with the law, because if you don't have the finance, if you don't have the connection, if you don't have the capacity to win the case, you literally be on your own. And it's a conundrum. Let's just use that phrase. It's a conundrum. So in this regard, Barrister Darlington, what would be your profound solution? Nnamdi Kanu has done what he did. And this is also pertaining to other legal cases as well in this country. In his case, the reason why we're talking about it is that it's of national interest. Everyone is talking about the case. And the way the case has been elongated for so long, there seems to be no form of direction, has got a lot of mouth talking. Both legal practitioners and political anchors and logistics are also having different arrays of thoughts concerning his case. But it's a problem that is endemic in the system when it comes to lack of judicial representation for the common man, especially if you do not have money or access to quality lawyering. So in that regard, what's the profound solution to this?
The profound solution is that Nnamdi Kanu must retain his lawyers, especially Mr. Agabi, SAN.
Okay.
He must, I said must, retain those lawyers. That's the only way this case can make a headway. If he decides to discard them, he'll be shooting himself in the right foot too, because it will get to a point where he will need them. I mean, that is very, very important that he will need them. I don't see how you can prosecute this case and get away with it. Seriously. And if they now base their judgment on what has transpired, will anybody say justice has been miscarried? No, can you say so, Esther? That's what I'm trying to avoid here. Nnamdi Kanu should not do this so that he will not come around and blame the government. The same way they quashed the 15-count charges at the appeal court, this other lawyer can quash these cases before the Supreme Court. Nnamdi Kanu cannot do that.
So is it possible for him to get his lawyers back?
It is more than possible. He can bring them back. He can bring them back because there are so many loopholes they will now, look into. And it will help Nnamdi Kanu's case. It's there already. It's there staring at him. All this one that he's saying he did not see. Esther, there are things we saw during the prosecution witnesses. There are things that this lawyer can in fact, they can dispense with. Those things are there. He's there looking at Nnamdi Kanu in the way, but he cannot handle it himself. He needed an experienced lawyer to take up those things and use it against those witnesses from the prosecution, and that will kill the case. Can Nnamdi Kanu do that? He cannot do that. That's the truth.
Barrister, let's look at the situation with the People's Democratic Party. Over 20 PDP lawmakers are threatening defection over woman leader nominee. That's one. Two, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has disclosed that there is indeed he's being pressured actually to join the All Progressives Congress. That's not the only thing also taking place in the aspect of the People's Democratic Party. Oyebanji has emerged APC governorship candidate for 2026 Ekiti polls through a consensus primary. Turaki submitted his nomination form for PDP chairmanship seat. Lamido is actually crying out that they refused him access to the nomination forms. Barrister, we're going to take a very short break. When we return, you'll quickly respond to that before we open the phone lines. Do kindly stay with us.
Customer, welcome. What you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get am. See am here.
No, now I'm looking for Slata Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry, I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slata distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover-wise pan foolish show. Slata Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slata Star J na you Pico.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policymakers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297. 0707 115 4297.
All right, thank you for staying with us. You're listening to the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Mwachuku, and today's Monday. You know how Monday goes. We have Barrister Darlington Agumo with us in the studio. Barrister Darlington Agumo, we're speaking about the, will I say, almost annihilation of the People's Democratic Party. Their convention is actually getting close, and there are talks about internal wranglings that is yet to be resolved. Nomination forms are being picked to become the chairman of the People's Democratic Party. Lamido is crying that they refuse to grant him the honor of choosing the nomination form. While that is ongoing, Nyesom Wike is telling us that Jonathan hasn't told him that he's running for president, but that we have heard that there is mounting pressure on Jonathan to drop his presidential bid. So right now, there's a possibility that Jonathan may not run for 2027, ultimately endorsing Mr. Peter Obi, whom has not told us where he's running, because right now, Kenneth Okonkwo confirmed that there is fire in the ADC, blaming the All Progressives Congress of setting up internal wranglings within the ADC. How would you react to this?
Esther, when Jonathan started this, you see, I don't know why many do things that will hurt them later. Jonathan would have retained his former statesman position and leave all these things.
Are you saying that it is wrong for him to have aspired?
Since he was not ready and he know it cannot work.
Persons pressured him to join the race.
Are those, Esther? Somebody will ask you to put your hand in the fire. You know that this will not work from all indication, and you wanted to try. Why didn't you from the beginning tell them, look, I don't want this. You even go abroad and stay somewhere until things cool off. You are losing it. Even with what he has done so far now, his status has reduced. Are you aware?
How?
It has reduced. He can no longer be the statesman that everybody know him
just
for.
Because he expressed his
even
intent to be part of the process.
Even the respect Tinubu and APC used to give them, they are taking it away.
Who told you that Tinubu and APC
why is he not observing the election in Cote d'Ivoire? This is something that is traditionally his forte.
Traditionally his forte.
Yes, because of what he did. All of a sudden now, he's neither here nor there. I don't like it when men are not principled. Your wife who told you, we don't need this in again. Instead of you to listen, you allow everybody to just be talking to you, holding unnecessary meeting. This and that, all those things, the speculations here and there. Yeah? And you know that it will not work. What do you want in Aso Rock again? From the beginning, you have said no. Instead of making all this attempt and then disrupting the polity, only for you now to cool down. For you to cool down, Jerry Ghana and the people pressurizing you, did they mean well for you? They want to reduce you to nothing. And they have almost succeeded, and you didn't see anything wrong in it.
Oh, you can never say. He hasn't categorically come out to specifically say that he isn't running, but these were actually one of the issues that brought the question between Jonathan and Peter Obi and Amechi. These three persons who are southern candidates. But some persons believe that they would go for a Jonathan. They feel that he's preferable, considering all the things we heard that happened during his administration. A couple of people feel he's more democratic, more flexible, more accommodating. accommodating as a leader, as a president than the APC as they began. But a couple of persons still feel that the firmness that the administration of Bola Tinubu has is the kind of firmness that Nigeria requires, because you cannot allow Nigerians to decide things for themselves. You need to stir them, but we don't know the direction that this administration is stirring, despite what they tell us.
Esther, Jonathan cannot win this election in the first place. He cannot. It's not. What is the platform? There's no platform for now.
What? How do you know?
Where is
He
his
may
base?
disclose his platform anytime
Where
soon.
is his base? Bayelsa State, 1.8 million human beings. Is that all the people that will give him the vote?
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by what? That he came into presidency the way he did does not mean it will happen again. No. Thunder does not strike twice at a spot. It doesn't. Jonathan came into office by what? By sheer luck. Maybe that's why his name is Good Luck. It's by sheer luck. It's not that he won that election as to say he was so popular. Yeah? God was clearing his way for him, clearing the way until he became the president. Is the same God going to clear another way for him now? Who told you that those people there now, they want to die by force? No, tell me, is it possible? It's not possible now. So he should have become a statesman. God, if he had been playing his role in PDP, PDP wouldn't have become what he did today. That's what we are saying. All the people that abandoned PDP because they lost election, look at what they have done. They now left it for riffraffs, for rascals, and they are now playing there. That is what happened when you're supposed to carry out your responsibility. If the founding fathers of PDP were there, we cannot even dare. He know the fear. He cannot come close to that party and do what he has done so far. But because all of them left, Obasanjo, Atiku, Jonathan, every one of them, they just abandoned the party. And Wike had the temerity to be telling us all this he's telling us now. That's what happened. So if you ask me who killed PDP, it was the founding fathers who abandoned it. They are the ones. They are the ones. So whatever you are telling me now about Jonathan, I'm not interested. Let him go and rest. Let him make way for Obi, which everybody have supported.
All right, there's also another dynamic here, and that's Omoyele Sowore. He's been very active, and politically he expressed his interest. I think he contested in 2019, also did so in 2023, and he has been very active in the polity. Some people feel that towing the Sowore line is the kind of brazenness that he has exuded would be the kind of way to go. Nigerian politics is rigid. It's acrid. You need that kind of strength. You need that kind of brazenness to puncture the rigidity of the kind of politics that will operate here. And Sowore is not afraid to call it to their faces what he thinks who they are, and that is the kind of leadership that is required to give that fundamental change in how things are being done in the country. We're hearing conversations based on the recent hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu now that possibly the dynamic of Sowore could be something that Nigerians should consider. Do you think that that's what it should be?
Well,
considering the fact that the opposition have not really been doing anything beyond just criticizing or talking about some of the anomalies being, implemented by the government of the day.
What dynamics of Sowore that we should listen
I just read out to you right now.
that is
The brazenness, the ability to confront the supposed political elites who do not like the truth, who elude the truth, who don't prefer accountability, who don't like to be called out, that he calls them out, and that he will do a complete refurbishing of all the sectors. He has himself has said security, that's what he's looking into. So that's a dynamic. I'm telling you about conversations ongoing now to see how base could be shifted. Do you
Esther.
consider that alignment to be something that Nigerians should look forward to?
Esther.
Yes.
the leadership of Nigeria is not a tea party.
Okay.
I have been telling Sowore, go and start from Ondo State. At least become a local government chairman.
You think he doesn't have what it takes at the national level?
Know how government is run, or a state governor. I mean, you must start from somewhere now. Is that not how these things are done? You cannot just because you are protesting and all that. Can you protest more than Chief Gani Fahimi? Can you protest more than him? Nobody have surpassed him in his activities. I mean, Gani Fahimi, he's equally from Ondo State. Start from there. You have a base. You have people that will follow you from your own state. Is that a bad idea? Is that a bad suggestion or advice? Why can't he start? Look at all these years he has been contesting election. Esther, 14,000. Cumulatively, all his votes.
But with recent developments, don't you think that it could change?
It will even be worse now because Showore cannot change Tinubu in office.
You cannot change
It is
him.
not possible. It cannot happen. I say it cannot happen.
Why are you so certain?
Even with the magic, it can't happen.
Ah.
What are you telling me? A Yoruba man taking over from a Yoruba man.
Is it not
Well-
the turn of the South? And when you mention the South, who has always represented the South?
Okay, they are the only one in the south here, Abi.
I am just saying when you
No,
say when you said what you said.
Me too. I'm only saying too. I'm only saying that a Yoruba man cannot take over from a Yoruba man. Nigerians will not accept that. Are you the only one?
Barrister,
No,
that
are you
is-
the only one?
How can you generalize in that manner?
But is it not from the southwest? And the
Has it not
southwest.
been successive? You had an Obasanjo. After Obasanjo, you had Yaradua Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan is from the south, and then you had a Yemi Oshibajo who did vice for 8 years, and so now the president. So what is the difference if another southwest takes over for the next 4 years, and Tinubu also wants to continue for the next 4 years? Isn't it the same thing?
That's what I'm saying. I say he will not win.
Why are you? How are you so certain about it?
Because he has never won.
The fact that he has never won. Are you saying that nothing can change between
No, it can't change.
now
It
and
can't.
2027?
No, it can't change now. When
What
they are-
gives you the authenticity to your certainty?
the players in the field now are bigger than him.
What players? Aren't Nigerians the players in the field?
No, the big players now, they are bigger than him.
So you've
You can't win
admitted
them.
now that there are certain factors that influences the outcome of elections.
Of course. Your
So where does the place of the people come in then?
No, hold on, please. The personality matters. No, look, you cannot test your popularity except you contest. P2B have contested, we have seen his popularity. Is that not true? And Atiku have contested, we have seen his popularity. But you have contested. Where did you come in? No, where did you come in? You mean the votes you just you order you manufacture votes and give it to yourself? It's the people that will vote now based on your popularity and your acceptability. Esther, one of the things that men got it wrong from is when they don't know their comparative advantage. There are things God has destined you to do. If you run away from that thing and be pursuing that thing, you will fail.
Paris, on
You fail.
Friday, I had the political advisor to Atiku Abubakar, who was here today. On Friday evening.
Yeah.
And we looked at the combination of no, let me not say combination. We looked at what the ADC represents now, and certain actors that could influence the ADC's sense of acceptability to Nigerians. And we're talking about Peter Obi, Atiku, Rotimi Amici, El Rufai, and some Nigerians don't like the prominent actors in there who are fronting the ADC, but because of the current dynamic in the polity and what Nigerians are currently experiencing, a couple of respondents, that is scholars who called, did not mind towing the line of an Atiku and a Peter Obi. Now, Peter Obi has told us categorically that that proposition of a vice president has not been brought to him, and that he is putting his hat in the race. He has said it twice openly via press conferences, and then he has reiterated it as well on X and on any other fora he intends to appear. And some of his supporters believe that he has the capacity to pull the kind of crowd he pulled in 2023 as a presidential candidate. He doesn't necessarily have to be a vice. Some people think if he decides to be a vice, they have given him they've given Tinubu a sweet win for 2027. But some people are beginning to reorganize or reorientate their thoughts and perceptions to him deputizing Atiku. But as it stands now, the ADC, do they seem as a party that the APC can contend with or can consider to be threatened about?
Esther, one of the reasons why these things are happening is because the people in ADC, they are bidding their time.
Do they have the time?
Yes, I think
They still have time?
They still have time. I mean, they still have time, yes. And if they get it right, they can still make it. Because Atiku and Obi, they have been tried and tested. They are popular. Going by the last election, if their votes are combined this time around, they will make a headway. So if they are going to, is that not my position from the beginning? Esther, have I shifted? From the beginning. But initially, when I mooted the idea, they came after me. Oh, they came after me. I had to run for my life. Now all of them are coming back to me.
Not all of them. Some persons still have their
There is
reservations.
no other way. There is no other way to go except this way, Esther. There is no other way. Forget everything anybody is telling you. Look at the political landscape. It's now Atiku Obi. All the shenanigans, all the propaganda, all the permutations is going to end up with the two of them. So any other person coming now will just be an addition. Esther, let me tell you one thing. Do you know one Rotimi Williams? Do you know why he was a successful lawyer when he was alive? Rotimi has a group of lawyers in his chambers who are solicitors. As a solicitor, you do research. You don't go to court. Are you aware?
Yeah, you do
Yes.
research for
Yeah,
the lawyers.
you do
whoever is going to
research.
court.
Esther, whenever Rotimi have a big case, he will go look at all the cases all over the world. These lawyers will be working day and night, bringing research, bringing authorities. And then at the end of the day, they will present it to Rotimi. He will go to court and marshal out his point. And you cannot fault it. Esther, is that not a progress? Is that not success?
All right, Barrister, let's open the phone
So
lines.
this is what I expect from some people. I mean, some people. That is how to get something done. You don't know every time you want to be at the limelight. Everybody must see you. You must see them be doing something.
Ladies
Why
and
not work
gentlemen,
from
let's get
behind
your
and get
reaction on the
results?
conversation. Is 8:23 p.m. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you? And Mr. Kobe,
Are you hearing me?
good evening,
Yeah,
sir.
with the hand roll, yes. With the
No court order can stop protest. It is enshrined in the United Nations Charter, 1945 April, after the war, Second World War. Are you hearing me?
Okay, go ahead.
No Nigerian church or church should stop me that I should not protest. No Nigerian judge should give me court injunction, court order that I should not enter to rock. They can protest in White House. Are you hearing me? So they cannot forget our rights. Concerning Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is age, very sound and very sensible. But it's like he was intimidated between Friday and Sunday.
Hey.
I follow Esther. That's why he say he don't need witness again. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. We're hearing.
Nigeria government doesn't have any case against Nnamdi Kanu. They have released Nnamdi Kanu on the 22nd of October 2022. Awarded him money to pay. They killed 28 family members of Nnamdi Kanu on the 15th of September 2017. They put some harmless IPOB inside gutter and inside photo. You want to kidnap somebody from Kenya, what we call extraordinary rendition against his own wish. You give some intention, you say, make him go answer the terrorism charge. Are you not culprit and culpable of what you are accusing Nnamdi Kanu for? In conclusion, are you people there?
Yes, sir. We are here. We are.
I was the person that say, if Peter Obi try Atiku, I go vote for Tinubu. Anyone what they want to make it, but what I want to tell you is say, from Songo to Tiro Correct is a death trap. Why the promise us concrete road? August 2023. They have released 2 years budget for that road. Do not do that road again. So what are we even getting from Nigeria government? When they do one borehole of 1 million, they expect me to come and sing, Ewe, Bugao, Ewe, because of how you take to. I can never clap for Nigeria government.
Mr. Koboko, thank you so much. Thank you.
It's not the same case. Esther, please beg this your brother. You don't do. He's so loud.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Oladiran from
Oladiran
Surulere.
from Surulere. Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
I think, is this your first time of calling? I haven't heard your name.
You see what you were discussing that time concerning the local government autonomy.
Yes, yes.
I think the chief in the studio make mention of it.
Yeah.
See, the person that gave the autonomy, you should check behind the reason why he gave the autonomy. Do you think it's for your benefit?
I wonder.
Thank God that chief mentioned it that there is no 3 federating units anywhere. Only 2 federating units, the federal government and the state government. The only reason he said there should be 3rd federating unit is that so that they can have their tentacles to be able to reach to the local government.
Exactly.
Like in the other place that Tinubu declare state of emergency. You can see that they do their local government election, and because of the power of the state government, they won all the local government chairmanship.
Yes.
They won all the seats, and because federal government did not want them to have authority over, they want authority too. They want their own share too from that place. That's the exact reason. The first man said he gave them autonomy. Where is 3 federating units anyway? Only 2 federating units. That thing can never happen anywhere. That autonomy that he said he gave to them.
Yes.
They actually release it not for your benefit, not for the benefit of the people. It's for the benefit of the federal government.
Oh, wow.
So that they can have power in different local governments. And the state government too is not a fool. Don't let us deceive. It's like when you have your children. Let me make the analysis very clear. When you have your children, and myself, I said, give the children freedom. Give the children freedom. So you are not the person only that will be controlling them. I too will control your own children, your very children. So the autonomy that I'm giving to your children is not because of the benefit of your children. It's my own benefit. So that when your children want to say they want to come to me, you must not have power to stop them. That's the essence. And the governor too, they are no fool. You can see that it was unsuccessful until Tinubu came and they declared state of emergency in a particular state. And after the state of emergency, they installed their own chairman. After installing their own chairman, they now lift the state of emergency. That's the brain behind it. So that autonomy cannot work anywhere. In fact, it's a deceit. I have been hearing many Nigeria that are saying they are giving us autonomy. Who gave the autonomy? They only want power over you. Thank you. Please, let's give others opportunity to talk.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for calling.
Esther, will you ask for accountability? Will you?
08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name, please?
Michael.
Michael, where are you calling from?
Coming from Lawaton.
All right, please go ahead.
Well, like I'm certain the matter of Nanikan, because what Nanikan is not bad. It's for his right. But the fact that it's not like we should protest. If we protest, look at what happened in that protest of this year, the beginning of this year. So the principle strange that of this life.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello. So can you hear me?
I can hear you. Name and location, please. Go ahead. I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me, please?
Yes, go
I
ahead.
can hear you. Go ahead. You know how it is on WhatsApp. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Oh, God Almighty.
Okay, so for those of you calling on WhatsApp, we can hear you. Call in, tell us your name and your location and proceed. All right? We can hear you very well, very loud and clear if we pick your call on WhatsApp. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name, please?
This is Tony. I'm calling from the TOS.
Sir?
My name is Tony. I'm calling from the TOS.
Okay, Mr. Tunde, welcome to the program, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
I give by Jana Linky.
Thank you
done.
so much, sir.
Good evening. You know, your magic is not much.
Okay.
You were signing the local government autonomy that is not true. I try for the guy that just explain or saying the concerning of that local government. You know what? The election of 2023, they were just arranging the local government. That was the why. Tinubu believe in grassroots politics.
Yes.
Once the local government is with him, you might gather the election from local government so that you will vote for him. That is why I class for the guy that just mentioned the local government autonomy that the man was introduced. So that's what I'm saying. Tinubu is very, very clever when it comes to politics. So concerning, it depends on Nigeria. That's why anything good can happen. So I believe if Nigeria can change his administration, I will be happy. That's why God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. 08036929933. 08036929933. That's the number. Hello, good evening. How are you? Oh wow.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling from Festa.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Okay,
Hello?
the question I want to ask is what exactly is the judiciary afraid of?
Okay.
Because my own understanding is that I had heard Barrister Ndality's comments, and yes, there is a certain level of objectivity to it, but the question I really have is directed to the judiciary. What exactly are they afraid of when it comes to establishing their independence?
Okay. Now,
but they are supposed to represent justice.
Okay.
Maybe we don't realize it, but Nigeria is basically currently a laughing stock when it comes to issues regarding justice. We want to encourage people to come into the country to come and make investments. Yet a case of this nature, which is supposed to demonstrate that justice can be achieved within the country, is being used to play cat and mouse. Really? Barrister, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I want to give you 3 examples. Look, most times you blame the judiciary, meanwhile their hands are tied. Remember the case of 1979 between Awolowo and Shagari? You saw what happened. You saw what happened. The judiciary said that they are looking for 12th to 3rd. It was after that Obasanjo was even showing Shagari. He didn't even wait. He didn't wait for the election to be concluded. Then the judiciary, at that point, what were you expecting them to do?
All right. Hello, good evening. How are you?
The country on fire.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
evening,
What's
brother.
your name?
Yeah. I know that you people are hearing me from over there, but I can barely hear you from there.
That's Jovala.
My contribution goes by the case concerning Mazin Nandekano. Is very. My name is Izichukwu. I'm calling you from Surulere.
Okay.
Concerning the case of the Mazin Nandekano. Unfortunately, it's very obvious that our government today is doing everything possible to jail that very young man. And they knew that this young man has nothing, he has no any case indeed. But they are only trying every means to suppress that very young man. And please, Esther, there is something that I wanted to talk. And that thing that I wanted to talk is concerning the way you are reading you and the Chioma. Please, I want you to tell Chioma to stop using a prescribed language to IPOB. It's very unfortunate. It's promoting the legality of the name prescribing. Please, let us stop calling IPOB a prescribe. IPOB is not a prescribed thing.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm cool.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Tunde from Okiodo.
Tunde from Okiodo. How is this your first
Yes.
time?
This is my first time of calling.
Oh,
I've been trying a lot.
Let me
So,
spell for you. Welcome.
Okay. I appreciate your program,
Thank you very much.
and I appreciate Barrister Darlington himself.
Okay.
I just want you to know that Tinubu is a politician. He knows how to play the game. whatever anybody is saying now, they are just trying. They are low compared to him. Either he gives the local government autonomy or not, he knows where he's going. Others are just working as if they are, when you group a set of blind people working, and a blind one is leading a set of group of blind people. They should learn from him. Thank you, and good night.
But you didn't tell us what they should learn.
I wonder. You mean we should learn how to?
Let me tell you.
Because you just mentioned now that we didn't admit about the essence of local government. Wait, you did not admit the importance or the lack thereof of local governance. So are you saying that if he's not able to approve local governance or the way local governance is being done for political reasons or political benefits, that it's the best what you can term as political sagacity or whatever? I don't understand what you're buttressing.
What I'm trying to say is that neither the country has declared right from inception.
Okay.
So you can't say it is Tinubu now because he came in. You are looking for all means to bring him down.
But how has local government been something to bring him down? There's a juxtaposition to your train of thought here.
Because
the president himself has been advocating for the freedom. The president himself has been advocating for the autonomy of local government. He is the one that has been advocating for it, and eventually the Supreme Court has given it. But we're hearing right now that there is no lack of functionability of the local government. So how is that bringing down Tinubu? I don't understand.
They will be funds. Yes. Just cool yourself down.
When?
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, hello,
good evening. What's your name, please?
My name is Chibuzo. I'm calling for Ijebu.
Tunde from Ijebu.
My name is Chibuzo. I'm calling for Ijebu.
Chibuzo. All right, Chibuzo, please go ahead.
We don't see it as a bandit. They think that tomorrow night they'll give them pardon. They'll give them everything. Now they don't try to one local government. They have been serious amount. Tomorrow night, you go here say they give them pardon. They come negotiate and they come for peace. When I tell you this, we are not one Nigeria. I say we are one Nigeria. We are marching for Southeast now. Very same thing happen here. Army tank everywhere. You go see a bandit wey don kill people. E get news you read this evening say that they wan build law that any
bandits for foreign education.
You have a free education.
Foreign education.
I dey cry if I wake up say from in Nigeria. It's a shameful. A whole country, giant of Africa.
No, we're no longer the giant of Africa. We've been taken over.
What a shame. So APC cause us. See, we want change. Look at. So now if Nigeria going to move forward. After we call the terrorists now, be like say they just over. I don't know anything to say. I beg. To the day I hear the first meeting.
Good night. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Polycarp from Elasa.
Polycarp. How are you?
Yes. Fine. Thank you.
Welcome.
Please let me put it down here now.
Okay.
If Atiku and P2B do not agree, it's aberration. To me, it will look as if it's a spell cast on both of them. No other way out except that one. I support Darlington on that aspect. Thank you so much.
All right. 0036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Happy New Year. I'm calling from Majalaba.
All right. Go.
Good evening. I greet you, master.
Well done, my brother. Well
done. That you know what I disagree with you. You know what I disagree with you is imagine Mahmoud Kalo is someone who able that is the God is already talk to this young man. That young man, what you make that young man say that in Nigeria people cannot adjure him because there's no court order for this in Nigeria. So no matter how long this young man group will judge with this man, they cannot be judged him. So that's why we say that there is no any case between him and Nigeria.
So
I
you're
believe
supporting
this
the
man
decision he took today.
Why did he reverse
Hold
it?
on. You're supporting the decision he took today.
Yes,
Do you
I support
hold on, Barrister Darlington, hold on. Do you realize that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a human being and he's fallible?
Yeah.
He's not perfect. Do you know that?
Yes,
So making it seem as if he cannot make mistakes.
He has the experience what other people cannot have.
Which experience? Which experience?
Esther, hold on. The Nigerian people, the Nigerian have no have institution of the law. So there's nothing this young man, even though he's doing all those people, then they even they will just say transfer. So that's why
Thank you very much. You're entitled to your opinion. All I know is that Darlington, on Thursday and Friday, Nnamdi Kanu was very certain with his witnesses. This was after the NMA said that he was fit to continue his trial. He sat down with his complete legal counsel on Thursday. They mapped out the strategy. He reeled out all his witnesses. As of Friday, Nnamdi Kanu discarded his lawyers, said he was going to represent himself. The court said all the persons he mentioned, they were going to write a summon for them to appear. And then on Saturday, Sunday, then Monday, Nnamdi Kanu says no case submission. He's not bringing in any witnesses. And you're telling me that you don't consider that something transpired between Saturday and Sunday that would have made him change his mind for somebody who was very confident with his list of witnesses that he presented on Friday? Okay, well, let's see how it goes. Hello, good evening. Yes, obviously, but they forget that he's a human being. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
That was calling.
Chooks. Welcome, Chooks.
Yeah.
Please go ahead quickly.
Yeah. My barrister. Good evening, sir.
Well done.
Yeah. Your submission today is in line with my thoughts. I've been hesitant about commenting on the issue of my dear brother, Mr. Kanu. It's a determining of a conscience. So I know that definitely his case is going to bring deliverance to all of us in Nigeria. He's not the only one that is detained.
Yes.
Yes. All of us here go to the hospital, go to schools. Everything is dilapidated. My only concern is these people must not come back. And that is what your trajectory has been pointing towards. If you can go out of your comfort zone and be rooting for this article and this, I know it is beyond what I can see. But what I want to say now is God will help us.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Heavily leading, but let them go together. Otherwise, we have to wait for another 4 years of Tinubu. Thank you so much.
All right, we didn't really hear most of what you said. We didn't really get most of what you said.
He was one of those that attacked me initially.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good
evening. What's your name, please?
My name is James.
Your name is?
James.
All right, James. Please speak up. Calling from where?
I'm calling from Oshodi.
All right, go ahead, James.
The center of Agro in Nigeria.
Yes, you are right. Buy your sources.
Thank you.
Yes. It's all right.
Thank you so much. I want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, I like the decision that he took. Please, I want to ask the barrister again. Is High Court superior to this appeal court that did get it to Nnamdi Kanu?
No, his appeal court is higher than High Court.
God bless you. God bless you. I like the decision that the young man took today. You want to use that the same verdict instead of them to take him to Supreme Court, which is the highest in the land. Then they take him to High Court. So no. I appreciate it. Let's see how it is going. God bless.
Is in the appeal court. Is not with the Supreme Court.
Can you correct him, please?
Please don't.
No, correct him now. That's our job here is to educate Barrister Darlington
Is it
from
not
the
a-
legal front. That is why you're here.
So I've already told him that. What
No. You were laughing at. He said that rather than going straight to the Supreme Court or something, that he concedes with the decision Nnamdi Kanu made today. That instead of going to the Supreme Court, it will now go to the appeal court or something. So
how can a matter move from appeal court to high court?
Is it in the appeal court now and the high court?
Is the Supreme Court? What
are you? I mean, his case right now, is it the Supreme Court that is judging it by Justice James Omotosho?
Who else?
Okay, all right.
Who else? The matter left appeal court where the 15 count charges was quashed.
So the matter is in which
It's
court
Supreme
now?
Court,
Is it the Supreme
Court
Court now? So is it not the
how can matter move from appeal court to
Barrister Darlington? This case that is being tried with Nnamdi Kanu at the Kuje Magistrate Court in Abuja. Is it a magistrate court or is it a high court or is it an appeal court or a Supreme Court? That's why I said educate us now. That's the reason I'm asking you a question.
Esther, why are you calling Kuje court?
Okay, Barrister Darlington, what is the response?
Oh my, what? Esther.
What court is trying Nnamdi Kanu's case?
Listen very well. This matter moved from appeal court to Supreme Court. That is where it is now. What are you telling me again?
The Supreme Court gave a judgment and said they should go back to start retrying this matter from the Supreme Court.
This matter has come back.
Come back to where?
Where it is now, Supreme Court.
So it's in the Supreme Court now.
Where else?
Okay.
Where else? Who is trying it there?
Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir? Welcome.
My name is Akodeba. I'm calling you from Apapa.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Barrister.
Thank you, my brother.
Barrister, whenever Esther tell me that it's the turn of the South, it is always break my heart. Do you know why I'm saying so? We have run this calculation, and Esther understand it, and he's still telling me it's the turn of the South.
Did I say that it's turn of the South?
Yes,
now?
you said it today. Wait. Let me make my point, please. Obasanjo ruled Nigeria for 80 years. He's from the South. Jonathan ruled Nigeria for 60 years. He's from the South. That is 14 years.
Yeah.
Tinubu is going now for 4 years. That is 18 years. And the North have only Buhari and Yar'Adua 10 years. So whose turn is now? If we say we are going by equity and justice, tell me the truth. Whose turn? Whose turn is it? It's the turn of the North.
Yeah.
Okay, if Tinubu go again for 8 years, for 4 years, it will be 22 years. Why the North is having only 10? That is 12 years ahead. So please, nobody should tell me it's the turn of the South. Right. Please.
Okay.
What we are going for right now is Peter Obi and Atiku should team up and rescue Nigeria from this quagmire we are into. The working class are not having it easy in Nigeria.
At all.
Please, the working class, the paycheck is eating up everything before the end of the month.
All right, thank you.
No country is run this way. Please, and I want to ask Nigerian government, ever since they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu back from Kenya, have Nigerian security system get better? Have the economy improved? Have everything, how is everything going right now? Ever since they make all effort to go and kidnap him from Kenya, bring him back to Nigeria, how market Nigeria? Is everything okay? Is your work okay now?
Thank you very much for calling. Barrister Darlington.
And this is why
Nnamdi Kanu appeared at the Federal High Court in Abuja today. The reason why I'm asking for clarification is this. Federal High Court and Supreme Court, are they different or is the same?
they are different.
So why are you telling me that it's back to the Supreme Court
It
when
was
it's been
from
tried
there.
in the Federal High Court?
No, it was from there that they brought it back.
Barrister Darlington, I asked you, I said this case that has been tried now, is it appeal court? Is it Federal High Court?
No,
is it
it's-
magistrate
no,
court?
as
These were what I was asking and you said it's Supreme
my
Court.
God. It came from there to the Federal High Court because it was the Supreme Court that brought it there initially.
Barrister Darlington.
Initially, listen very well.
No, Barrister, you are the one that is confusing me here.
It is now at the the Federal High Court because
that is the clarification I wanted.
The Supreme Court brought it there.
That is what I was trying to tell you. It's got to the Supreme Court. They brought it back to the High Court.
Listen, it is a travesty of law. Listen very well. It is a travesty of law. Let us not dwell on something that is not there. Ordinarily, this matter was quashed at the appeal court. before it got to appeal court, it has passed federal high court.
Barrister, we know that. I just wanted to know that right now. Is it appeal, federal high court, magistrate, or Supreme Court? You said Supreme Court.
I told you where it came from. It was the Supreme Court that brought it back to this place.
To which place? To which place?
To federal high court where it is now. Ordinarily, it shouldn't move from appeal court to federal high court. It's a traverse. It's not that under the hierarchy of law. It shouldn't be like that. That's what I'm trying to educate you, so that you don't confuse yourself. It was the Supreme Court that brought it to where it is now.
To the high court.
Yes, we should mention.
I just wanted to know precisely whether na appeal, magistrates, high court, or Supreme Court.
It is now at the federal high court.
All right, sir. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
I think I want to ask one question, Mr. Darlington, please. Cases in the...
You didn't tell us your name.
Name is Hugo, coming from the court.
All right,
cases, we don't try cases in the Supreme Court. We review cases in the appeal court and give judgment.
Then you can now go for appeal at the Supreme. This matter will still go to the Supreme Court. It will go there.
Today, in the High Court, in the Supreme Court.
You say what?
Today, try cases in the Supreme Court or the review.
They will look at what the lower court have done. That's what they do there. They
review. He's asking, do they try cases at the Supreme Court?
No, they review what has been done at the appeal.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you. Let me take some of your messages.
Esther, look at the confusion.
Hold on, I need to take messages.
I want to straighten this out. Look at the confusion, Esther. You mean after the federal high court now, this matter will still go back to that appeal that will quash all the 15-count charge. Esther, look at it.
Kanu is someone who loves to be in charge, doing what he desires. Cite an example when he sacked his lawyer previously, shouting them down in court in an unpleasant manner. So no one but him can influence his decision. Last week, when he summoned witnesses, I said Kanu shouldn't lead himself to committing judicial suicide by sacking his lawyers at a very critical time. And he should not garnish his body by making the job easy for the barbecue man. A man locked in solitary confinement will be lucky to have his sanity intact if ever freed. On Saturday, I saw the convo on X on Obi's statement. I have said severally that Obi sometimes doesn't read the room before saying certain things. He made a thoughtless statement, and some character on X defended the inglorious speech because of psychophancy. How can someone say Yahoo Boy shouldn't be condemned if encouraged can put their skill into good use? It's like saying fake drug importers shouldn't be condemned. If encouraging can put their skills into good use by becoming pharmacists or medical professionals are the deterrent of their victims, does it mean he would support the enrollment of so-called repentant terrorists into the military in the name of putting their skill into good use? Wonders shall never end. Tay, Esther, Mr. Darlington doesn't want to admit that he's wrong. The case is recently tried in the Federal High Court. He's trying to twist his answers now.
No,
okay,
hold on, please.
We've clarified, Barrister Darlington.
No, Esther, let me tell you, it's not good for you to just say it like that. That a case that left appeal court went back to federal high court. You don't say things like that.
Good evening, Esther.
I want to tell you where it came from. That's why I mentioned the Supreme Court.
Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Nnamdi Kanu's case is an appeal court and not Supreme Court. This one said it's appeal court. Now federal high court today. The High Court today, James Omotosho is a federal court judge. Barrister Darlington, please have all Nnamdi Kanu said not come to pass. That young man called MKN is more intelligent than you think.
What did he
Ijesha.
What did he say?
That Nnamdi Kanu is more intelligent than you think.
We are not competing.
Good evening, VOP. The recent development in Sanwo-Olu's case where a suit against him was revived just before expiration are quite intriguing. It's a reminder that public figures should be cautious and vigilant. Similarly, the Nnamdi Kanu case has taken an interesting turn, with the court initially summoning him and his lawyers only to later advise him not to attend. These cases raise questions and concerns. It's essential for everyone to be careful and transparent in their dealings. Mr. Ogumbi from Idimu. #Evening Rush. Chai, when will Darlington stop deceiving and misleading his listeners? How can you say that a case going on at the Federal High Court is in the Supreme Court? Omar Sheru, Greg in Okota. All right. Barrister Darlington, as it is now, Tinubu and his APC have already won the election come 2027. There is no longer a strong opposition. What I saw at the beginning has now dwindled. Too bad, quite unfortunate. Aside Barrister Darlington, another person that prompts Esther to laugh is Kola Koboko. Barrister Darlington, we're not lawyers like you, and so try and provide legal angles to issues.
That is
when
why
contributors call to know,
that is why I needed to explain, because if I say Federal High Court. Somebody will not pick on me and say
the local government autonomy is a complete fake without amending the section of the constitution that affects that area. Remember, the Supreme Court used that same section to rule against Buhari on the same local government autonomy. Everything is just about politics. Point of correction, the matter is in a high court. The Supreme Court has overruled the appeal court and ordered the retrial of Kano in high court. Justice Omotosho is a high court judge. John from Ijaniki. Thank you so much, John. God bless you. SM Barrister Darlington, good evening. I'm Comrade Engineer Olasukomi Adefuye from Ijesha Tedo Mushi. Hope you are hearing. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, Esther. See, regarding the demolitions in Lagos, and the governor said he's not aware of it, then he is not supposed to be wearing and give order to stop such barriers at all, that he has citizens in his mind. Elder from Igondo. Elder, next time, please write legibly, okay? Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. I had the example of Barrister Darlington buttressing his point that the judiciary's hands are tied. However, I would like to bring to his attention the case of Brazil, Malawi, Kenya, and Senegal, where the courts displayed outright independence against all odds to ensure the integrity, sanctity, and respect of the judiciary as the last hope for the common man, not just talk. Nnamdi Kanu's case is a case of exposing the bureaucracy and misnomer in the judicial system, which, if not treated appropriately, will create a precedence of travesty. Edu from Festac. Nice evening, Barrister and Esther in the studio. Esther, I laughed when the new INEC chairman said that no more rigging of election. Esther, this is the same thing that the EFCC chairman said. Please, Esther, where is the EFCC chairman today? Busy chasing Yahoo boys around while the politicians are busy looting left and right. Esther, nobody in Nigeria today that the politicians cannot rubbish as far as APC government is concerned. Esther, let me tell you why Tinubu cannot make any meaningful progress, because he is ripping all what he did to GEJ's government. You can't destroy someone and you think that you will have a successful regime. No, it's not possible. As this new service chiefs cannot do anything different, because the politicians are behind the insecurity. As why are they still hiding the 400 names given to us by United Arab Emirates? Late Buhari and APC in general used as bandits to unseat the government of Jonathan. Today, where are we? As Kalu's case is not going anywhere because he was kidnapped by the government of the APC, which is an illegal trial. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikoto. Say, Mayor, you call my name 100 times for this your message. Good evening, S.M. Barrister. Inken Nam. Let Obi and Atiku agree to run for 2027. If these two run separately, Tinubu will win. But Obi and Atiku coming together to run, Tinubu's chances will be slim. Tony from Ikoto. Without a coalition between Atiku and Obi, it's a walkover for APC in 2027 elections. That is the only combination that can uproot the APC interfering for election. Tunde from Magboru. Good evening, VP. Barrister Darlington, you said you run for your life concerning Peter Obi and Atiku. I would advise you to keep running, because sisters from Sierra Leone, Freetown still they listen to VOPO. Esther, please tell Koboko, make you no keep pressing here. Andy from Sierra Leone. And Esther, let's have good luck, Jonathan, in the race come 2027. President Tinubu is challenging and intimidating everyone that has the capacity to give him a march on out, simply because the shame he received in 2023 can't let him rest. And for that, he wants to conduct free fair election, but one-party system to enable him win without a challenger. We're working back. Chidi from Oshodi. A country can either develop, remain stagnant, or go backward. Nigeria chose to work backward. We're working backwards. We're working back into dark ages. Good evening, Madam Esther and Chief Darlington. Until Nigeria recognizes Igbos as part of them, they will never work. Again, if my Oga Darlington opens church, he will have many members. I call him the man who sees tomorrow. Emeka from Oshodi. Good evening, Madam Wachukwu Barrister Agumwa. I strongly believe that the Worinsheki Buhara is the initiative of President Bola Asiwaju Tinubu, also known as Jagaban, and the federal government. He's the brain behind the demolitions movement. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. MNK needs to call back his lawyers and work with them. He's already making progress so far with his lawyers. As for Atiku and Obi, they will form a formidable force, and that's what APC is really afraid of. Kenneth from Alimosho. Excellent evening, Esther and your guest in the studio. If Obi cannot become vice president first, he will never become the president of this country called Nigeria. I advise he do vice president to Atiku before he can from there become president. Mark my word from now that if Obi eventually contests on his own, he will win, but the political mafians would not allow him to become the president. He will be rigged out. Francis from Amoa Duffy. APC government is funny. It's a funny government. May God help us. You didn't tell us your name. You didn't tell us your name. Kindly tell us your name all the time when you send messages. Good evening, Esther and Darlington. Please, I'm aware that if there is a wrong condition precedent in a proceeding and a party who has advantage over this wrong allows it or participates in that proceedings, such a party has waived its rights and shall not complain after the result of such waivers. In Nnamdi Kanu's case, I suggested earlier that it is wrong for the council to agree to participate ab initio in this proceeding without raising this type of objections that Nnamdi Kanu raised today. Whether his objections are not sustained, it will give him an advantage for appeal. Nnamdi Kanu only raised preliminary objections on point of laws that there is no case before the court to prosecute him. There is a case to this from Ken in Lagos. Good evening, VOP. I am AAA from Ojo. Mr. Darlington, I'm very sorry that with your level of education and exposure, you are not saying that a greater part of this country, Nigeria, will be taken to Cameroon.
What does that mean? What? Oh my God. Esther, when did I see this? Cameroon, to do what? Yeah, my friend, explain yourself. I don't know what you're saying. Oh God Almighty. Oh
my people. God will bless you people.
Esther,
amen.
Is that the only thing he said?
I could not finish the rest.
No, finish it. Let me
know. No, I can't finish it.
What did he say? That's I can get
Please, there is no context to what he said in regards to the conversation that we had.
You mean the one party?
This guy made water come out of my eye. Good evening, Sister Esther and Brother Darlington. I think for now, Master Nnamdi Kanu is mentally unstable. Moreover, I learned that he was tortured by the DSS after his court appearance on Friday. It was before his court appearance that I heard that he was attacked, I think on Friday. But then on Friday, I don't think he's mentally unstable. He seemed very much okay. When he appeared in court today, he seemed very much okay. Good evening, Esther. No amount of protest will release Kanu Victor from Surulere. VOP Evening Rush. I agree to you, Ambassador Darlington. Esther, you wasted time talking about local government chairmen. They are allegedly errand boys. A lot of things in Nigeria look so polished on the outside, but inside is another kettle of fish. I'm not a lawyer, but what happened today, hope Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't make his case more merciless. Sure, shouldn't be judged with the numbers of votes in each election. He's a good guy, but my advice to him is to work with Obi and like minds. Amma from Ogun State. Good evening. Have you seen FIFA? Okay. I agree to you, Sir Darlington and my lady Esther. In my area here in Ushudu, the chairman is cooking and celebrating birthdays almost every week with the local government funds. Buhari and this man in Aso Rock possibly have an agreement not to let go of Nnamdi Kanu. It's playing off before our eyes, but for sure, this government of heartless fellows will come and go. God bless the suffering Nigerians. Barrister is hilarious. Many thanks, Maggie, Grandma Maggie. All right. Good evening, Esther Barrister Darlington. Good evening to you. Jonathan should go and sit down in his house. What Nigeria needs now is His Excellency Peter Obi, no other person. Without Peter Obi as the president of Nigeria, there will be no good Nigeria. Nigeria is for Peter Obi and Peter Obi is for Nigeria. Esther, tell all the Nigerians to go and get their PVC for 2027. All right. Good evening, Esther Barrister Darlington. Jonathan should remember that the fact that his name is Good Luck does not mean God will give him that kind of luck again. Oh, what did he forget in that Aso Rock that he wants to go and look for? It be like saying now they will go away him drink, now him they push him. He should be a supporter of Peter Obi for 2027 against Tinubu because nobody will vote for him, including me. Thank you, Esther. Andy Sally from Ishari Dimu. Good evening, Esther. Barrister Darlington's position that Nigerians will not accept a Yoruba Shore taking over from another Yoruba man, Tinubu. I'm afraid our barrister is on his own. Ulu Jays. Good evening, Esther Watchkwan listeners. When Muhammadu Buhari threatened the sovereignty of Nigeria in 2014, saying that if he did not win the 2015 presidential election, monkeys and baboons will roll in pool of blood. Dr. Goodluck Abela Jonathan was timid, fearful, and allowed Muhammadu Buhari to contest in the 2015 presidential election instead of him to arrest Muhammadu Buhari and put him in detention with his sponsor. When the INEC was still counting the votes, Dr. Goodluck Abela Jonathan took his phone and called Muhammadu Buhari to congratulate him as winner of the election. INEC had not even declared any winner at the time. Dr. Jonathan put the masses of Nigerians in the present economic mess and political quagmire. Sender Mr. Adelaye in Festac Extension, Lagos.
Good.
This night, God bless Barrister Darlington 25 times on the talk on Omoile. My name is Lukman from Idimu. God bless Nigeria and me too. On Peter Obi's statement on rehabilitating and reintegrating Yahoo boys into the system is just the honest truth. Some countries have done that. For instance, Kevin Mitnick from USA once called the most wanted hacker in America, arrested in 1995 for hacking major companies like Motorola and IBM. After serving his sentence, he became a cybersecurity consultant for the U.S. government and private firms. He later founded a respected security company, Mitnick Security Consultant. He worked with law enforcement, not for them directly, but he was often hired as a trusted expert. Okay, there are plenty names. Thank you. I think we got your point.
That's where P2B was coming
Pretty
from.
Esther, please tell Mr. Darlington that we will vote Shiware. That is that. Ajiri from Bariga.
How many of you?
Good evening, Lady Esther. Good evening to you. Good evening, Esther. How was your day? Adewale from Oshodi. We Nigerian citizens should not deceive ourselves. Nigerian politicians take Nigeria as companies, not country. That is why they're so desperate to become local government chairman to the president. Just imagine, where is Yahaya Bello today? 95% of this current administration are looters. Many of still have fraud cases and they're still buried, saying any opposition join their party, their sins are forgiven. All right. Okay. Quite a very long message. Good evening, Esther. On the Nnamdi Kanu case, the barrister is saying that Nnamdi Kanu should not jeopardize his case. How? Is it not the Nigerian government that is jeopardizing the case? He has been declared discharged and acquitted to be let go, but he's still held bound unlawful. Truly, I join his voice to saying that justice comes from God, who alone is a God of justice. God will intervene very soon. Final call on the program. Good evening. How are you? All right, I'm going to take one final call and then Barrister Darlington will give us his final. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Good evening, Queen Esther.
How are you? What's your name?
And His Eminence, Dr. Professor Darlington.
Is this Mayor?
I'm the Mayor from Texas.
Mayor, very quickly.
Well done.
For today.
Yeah, I think I agree with Brother Darlington and Nnamdi Kanu issue. You know, this law has some technicalities, and Nnamdi can not swing at this thing because of the area. So he's going to, well, I don't know how he's going to maneuver. But I think it's better. Kanu Adabi is a renowned lawyer, a senior advocate of Nigeria, in fact, among the seniors. So I think people should advise Nnamdi on that. Then on the issue of what Madam said that the judicial always said, this one I don't agree with you.
That
because it is kind like this one now that this one they gave us in 2023. If they had gone the other way around, what would have happened? But that thing is not justice now. The election petition and the Supreme Court. That is the problem. That is where we are now. So I think part of this thing, if we have to look at it very well, it is INEC and judiciary. Then police would assist them that have put us in this mess that Nigeria has become a laughing stock.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for calling. Barrister Darlington, quickly, what's your final take?
The only hope, Nnamdi Kanu, I've said this before, that whatever he's doing at the Federal High Court, I think this matter will still get to Supreme Court, where the final review will be taking place. Maybe it is at that point, since the Supreme Court knows that Nnamdi Kanu has been ill-treated, maybe it is there that this matter will now be finalized naturally. But as for those who are saying something about the judiciary, look, the judiciary in Nigeria, they are not on their own. They are not independent, just like INEC and every other institution. The person at the helm of affairs determines how independent you can be. Esther, during the tribunal sitting, remember that one of the lawyers that defended Tinubu made it clear that, look, if it's clear she will lose this election, that Nigeria will burn. No, he said so many things. They brought it out. We read it here in that studio. During their final submission, the lawyer wrote it. In a Sona claim, that lawyer should be, in fact, he should be debarred. If you try that in UK, he will be in trouble. But here, nobody even looked at it. Nobody said anything. And what he said, it came to pass. So are you telling me now that I am wrong in what I said? I am stating the facts here. It didn't start today. From Awolowo trial to every other trial, go and check. Even if Fela, the judge that jailed him went to visit him in Kirikiri. And that was why they sacked the man. That his hands were tight. So there are cases that the judge will look at and say, look, if the judgment go the other way, there will be problem based on the personality involved. And I'm very sure, Esther, if this case had gone against Tinubu, oh my God, Nigeria would have caught fire truly.
All right, Barrister Darlington Kumar, thank you so much for your presence today. We sincerely do appreciate your input on the conversations this evening. My name is Esther Wachiku, and I sincerely do appreciate you all for being part of the conversation today. And tomorrow, we expect tomorrow to be quite engaging and interested. We're going to be looking at issues from all aspects of the polity, and we will continue to hold the government of the day accountable. Sometimes the conversations that we have here, you may not align your thoughts with whoever we bring in here, but that's why we educate ourselves most of the time. We educate ourselves so that we get ourselves well abreast with issues. The analysts here may not know everything. They can give us their own perception on the issues based on their own context or comprehension. It is not left for you to possibly decide what you absorb and then contribute further to the conversations that we have here. And some of you always complain that the press or the media knows the truth, they can't say it. I want you to understand something, that we're in Nigeria. The press is not as free as you think. We're highly guarded, we're highly constrained. We can do the little that we can do. We even try here in VOP to actually express ourselves. The former radio station I worked with under the administration of former Muhammadu Buhari, the president at the time, you could not talk about Nnamdi Kanu. I very much recall that my head of department, his salary was seized. Our media organization was fined 5 million naira at the time for just talking about Nnamdi Kanu. We did not discuss it. We did not analyze it. We read what was in the news. Channels Television was also fined. So I would even say that maybe the administration of Bola Tinubu gives a little bit of leverage to the media to say or discuss certain issues. So sometimes do not blame the Nigerian media for not saying what you want to hear or being explicit. Trust me, you guys don't even understand. But we try as much as possible to steer directions for national development, for cohesion and unity. What comes to mind is making Nigeria one wholesome nation. It's a peculiar nation. It's not easy. But at the end of the day, we are one. And that our democracy must thrive. My name is Esther Wachiko. Have yourself a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow.